Welcome to The Longlist, a podcast where we celebrate movies and other pop culture through the storied art of rankings. No wrong answers, no bad opinions, hot takes always encouraged. I'm Josh Muller. Today I'm with my brother Jack Muller, and this episode is all about The Godfather.
Yo.
So we're switching it up a little bit this week.
Yeah.
When we sort of talked about the formation of this podcast, this was kind of what I wanted to do, and I eventually came around to your idea, which I like better, is what we just have a topic and discuss different top fives regarding that topic, but decided to try it up, switch it up.
Yeah. I think after doing a bunch of different kind of types of formats, this was, I don't know, I was excited to just break down a movie.
Yeah, and, you know, we have all kinds of things that we do, whether it's a filmmaker, an actor, a genre, something fun, a year. Now we're doing a movie, you know, and this way we're, like you said, a little more concentrated, talking about one film and dissecting it with a bunch of different top fives. I have a couple top sevens or fours or whatever.
Yeah.
My numbers switch around for this episode, but
Right.
Should be fun.
I'm stoked.
Yeah. And in this episode, we'll cover lists that rank lines, violence, hyped up movies, and some other fun things. But yeah, it should be fun just to kind of have a little bit more of a focused area to talk about. Why did you want to do The Godfather first?
Wanted to do an ensemble.
Yeah.
Something with a big cast. Something, I don't know. It's got a lot of juice. A lot of juice there.
It's also kind of one of those movies that everybody knows to a certain degree. Like, even if you haven't seen it, you know The Godfather.
Right.
We wanted to do a big movie. And, I'm sure we'll do a bunch of movies, you know, solo movies by themselves throughout the length of this podcast. And we'll probably have a bunch of different fun wrinkles to do. But for the first one, you kind of want to do, like, a big one.
A big one.
Yeah.
Lots of history with the production. There's, you know, a legacy to the film, and just legacy in film in general. Writing, cinematography, gangster culture, actors, phrases.
Yeah, and if you want to kind of split it time-wise too, I would say maybe this is sort of at the end of old Hollywood, and the 70s were called New Hollywood anyway.
Right.
Bunch of different filmmakers getting freedom to do what they wanted to do. This doesn't totally feel like an older movie. If it came out today, I still think it would be important and effective, but it does have a lot of classic Hollywood feel to it.
It does, but it's also like, still rewatching it, it was just like, man, there's not really a lot of movies that do this sort of thing as far as the pacing and the episodic nature, kind of, without it actually being episodic.
Yeah, and it feels, well, it's long.
It is long, and it's quite, it takes its time.
Yeah, it's slow, deliberate, we'll say. Right. But I don't know, maybe it's just because I love the movie so much. I never really feel like, oh, I wish I was doing something else, or, oh, this is really long. I wish it would just wrap it up.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in it the whole way, and maybe it's because of that episodic nature that you laid out.
Pulls you in.
First question for you. I didn't give this to you. This is, kind of obvious. Is this the greatest movie of all time? Not your favorite movie. Is this the greatest movie of all time? I have some contenders.
Yeah, I wrote down a list too. I would say I have like a counter.
You wrote down a list? I didn't even prepare you for that question. You wrote down a list of the greatest movies of all time?
No, it's part of my counter.
Okay.
My counter is it the one film that would be absolutely incorrect if it did not appear in your top 5 greatest of all time? Meaning, okay. I'm going to list you other movies. Would there be, and some, they're all going to be understandably in the top 5, but would there be any of these movies that you would react similarly if either of the Godfathers weren't in the top 5?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So like if you look at a movie list of some publication, let's say,
I guess I'm going in saying if I look at a movie list
and you don't have the Godfather,
it doesn't have either one of the Godfathers,
like we're not talking favorites.
I think it's wrong.
We're talking, there's a bunch of, whether it's online or magazines or whatever it is, they put out, these are the greatest movies of all time. If you don't have The Godfather in it,
right,
You got to reevaluate your list.
Do any of these other movies.
All right, hit me with your list. I think I understand your question.
Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah.
Singing in the Rain.
Got that one.
Jaws.
Got that one.
Chinatown. Lawrence of Arabia. Vertigo. 2001 Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah. All right. So here's the ones I would knock out immediately from that. If on the same level of, I can't believe this is not in your top 5.
Okay. So you're saying that, that you would be surprised by some of these not being in a top 5.
I don't think that, well, I would. I don't know about surprise. To your question, yes or no, like
Also
none of those.
Also understand that that 4 other ones will be
sense.
Yeah, well, it's fine. They'll figure it out. 4 of these will be on that list, maybe. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
okay,
right.
okay,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
know.
No. I don't think any of those movies would cause me to do a double take more if they were left off the top 5 than a Godfather was. To answer your question, yes or no?
Right.
No, none of those would do it.
Same.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, I guess I'll answer my own question. I do think this is the greatest movie of all time. It's not my favorite. It's close.
Yeah, it's close.
And I just think the way people view it in a pop culture standpoint, the way it sort of took over in a film standpoint, the way that you can love it if you're the filmiest film nerds or the broiest, I just want to see gangsters kill people sort of angle.
Right.
It covers a lot of platforms there. I mean, there is a pretty... One of my next questions is this too much of a dude movie? Because there is a pretty funny joke in Barbie where one of the Barbies is asking Ken, I haven't seen The Godfather. Oh, would you like me to sit down and have you explain it to me?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I didn't see that joke coming, and it was like, it landed.
I laughed at first, and then I was like, wow, that is definitely me with my wife.
Yeah.
So is this too much of a dude movie to be like the greatest movie ever?
Well, I don't know about dude. I think, but I mean, yes, it's definitely a dude movie. I think more like, is this too much of a film nerd movie? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think it is. I think it definitely crosses popular culture.
100%. And it's very entertaining, and more so than probably the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
It's certainly more...
Alex did not like it, my fiance.
Yeah.
Okay, I shouldn't say she did not like it.
That's okay. We support... There's no wrong answers. No bad opinions.
But she...
That is a hot take, though.
I think she was surprised of how slow it was.
Yeah, well, so that was kind of where I was leading.
And she had some very hot takes on Marlon Brando.
She didn't like him.
I would say probably her least favorite part.
Man, wow. I mean, there's somebody there's like a film critic. Maybe it was Roger Ebert. Maybe it was somebody, that we don't necessarily know from back that time that was like, yeah, this is like overly performative and his voice is wheezy and, I'm not getting it. But
yeah, watching it through her lens when she started talking about it, I was like, it's
not wrong necessarily.
It's over the top.
Well, so that kind of goes into my other question about it is like, I didn't ask this specifically, but if you saw it now, would it still have the same effect? I mean, obviously it doesn't, we don't need to answer the question, would it still be the greatest movie ever if it came out now? Because it didn't come out now. We didn't have that context. Right. But you and I have seen it so many times. And I would say most people that love The Godfather have seen it, 10, 20, 30, 40 times, that it's almost like in the film world, you're not allowed to criticize The Godfather almost in a way. And I wonder, since she's seeing it for the first time, we're getting a fresh viewpoint on it rather than us coming into it knowing, oh, Brando's the greatest in this. And you kind of watch it
you watch
with
it
that
going
lens.
in. Yeah. I do think it has a lot to do with like, maybe somewhat expectations or like what you were, which kind of, leads us into hype or, what we're going to be talking about. Sorry.
It leads perfectly into that.
But I think it kind of also depends on which hype or, you know, what you're going to into it expecting, because I think someone could going into it expecting it to be, you know, a little more action packed and whatever, and
Certainly.
then liking the fact that it was, oh no, this is like this slow mellow, or, you know, family drama. Or you could be like, oh, this is way slower than I was you know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
I think
I also think there's certain segment of the population who, you know, if something is the clear front runner, I would say it's safe to say that if you're talking about best movies of all time, Godfather is at least one of the front runners to be up there. But if there's a certain section of the population that want to take that down, like, it's so overhyped, this is now overrated. This is now, you know, they're going to zag, you know?
Is that actually like a growing movement with this movie?
Not to my knowledge,
oh,
but
okay.
I'm just saying in most facets of life, there are those people out there. And so there are some people out there that like to take things down a peg, whether it's in sports or art or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And
rightly so, or not even rightly so. I mean, like,
so some people probably go into this movie thinking, oh, this is overhyped as their viewpoint. Whereas I go into it thinking, this is one of the greatest movies of all time. I'm probably going to love it. Some people probably view it the opposite.
Yeah, neither of which is wrong.
Right.
I mean, it's just like, you know, can't really do anything about it.
All right. Well, moving on to our next top 5, which leads right into it. So this is, if you're getting into movies, this is like one of the white whales that you have to watch. You just have to watch it.
Right.
And there's no way, if you're a teenager now trying to get into film, there's no way you at least don't have a perception of The Godfather. So, Jack, I ask you, what are the movies that were hyped up when you watch it? Not necessarily by friends or by whatever, but by popular culture, by things that you've heard about the movie and that lived up to the hype. So
Okay.
A lot of movies don't live up to the hype. I want the ones that were as good or better than you were expecting, even though they were hyped up a lot to you.
Okay, so I got a couple different perspectives, you know, throughout this, some of which is, I kind of took it as almost like, what would be the number one, you know, what would be a movie that you would recommend to someone, without having any worries of recommending to them.
That's a good way to take it.
But I also mixed in both. I kind of took it both ways, and
right.
and different situations.
Yeah.
It's situational, sort of.
That's okay. That's gonna be a good
number
fun
5.
list.
I've got Black Panther.
A recent movie.
Yes. I've a couple.
Okay.
Because, you know, that is me living through that sort of hype. Like,
Right.
you know, I had no hype in 1972 when The Godfather came out, because I wasn't born for 20 years.
True.
But yeah, so Black Panther, super hyped up. Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
You know, all critics widely. And saw it in movie theaters. It was an amazing experience, and it was exactly what I was hoping it to be.
Good one.
Yeah. Number 4, I did Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like either movie was like, oh, this is exactly, but I would say the collective of the two and the hype did very well for
that
itself.
was a fun time at the movies.
Yeah, and they both went on to get nominated for Best Picture. I mean, it was like the hype.
Did Barbie get nominated? I think Barbie might have got snubbed out of that, and that was a thing. I can't really remember.
It certainly got snubbed for things.
Yeah,
I thought it made it into the 10. Though.
It might have. I don't remember. I want to say that was one of the snubs, but maybe it was just that Margot. You know what? It probably did. Maybe it was just that Margot Robbie didn't get nominated, or Greta Gerwig. You know, I remember there was some snubs involved.
Yeah, Margot Robbie definitely did not.
Yeah, it was great. Both were great movies. I really enjoyed. What?
Yeah, Margot was the big snub. Oh, as was Greta Gerwig. Okay, there you go. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Great one.
Number 3, I got Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
You know, can't really say anything about that.
Yeah.
Good job. 3 years, 3 incredible films, all of which were incredible. Sorry. Number 2, I got Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I that's kind of in line with something that I would recommend to someone. I mean, especially if they were looking for, a drama war film. I'd be like, it's gonna be as good as they say.
Yeah, this is it.
And number one, I have Chinatown, which is I think my number one. Like, I have no worries of recommending this to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, like,
I love that movie.
Unless like they really don't want to watch like a detective film.
I mean, it gets dark though. That's why.
As it should.
Yeah. I don't disagree, but I don't know that Chinatown's for everybody. But they're wrong.
They're wrong.
All right, so I did my list a little bit differently. So like Lord of the Rings, great one, but that was like hyped up in the moment, and I was part of the hype. So
Right.
I did it differently.
Okay.
So I did kind of. I mean, it could have been a newer movie, but you know what? A newer movie I should have done. Here's my number 6. I'm just throwing this in there.
All right.
Is Top Gun Maverick.
Oh yeah.
One of the great disappointments of my life is that I did not get to see that in the theaters.
I definitely thought that would have been on your list.
Yeah, it wasn't, and the hype was real, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll see it, and it was fucking great, and I love that movie. But I didn't see it in the theaters, and bad job by me. But that's kind of how I took it. Like, this movie has been built up, and I have all older movies. Mm-hmm. So, like...
The classics.
Yeah, so, like, when I saw The Godfather, which, for the purposes of the list, is not on here, but when I saw The Godfather, I already knew that people thought this was, like, the greatest movie ever, and you're supposed to like it. So maybe that had part of my perception of watching it. I don't know, but it was awesome. So here's my list. Number 5, I have Crimson Tide.
Nice.
I fucking love that movie. I knew it was supposed to be a good action movie, and I just never saw it. And I watched it, I don't know, within the last few years, and it rips, dude. I love that movie. Number 4, again, never saw it. Everyone's like, you should watch this movie. Great. All the President's Men.
Oh, nice.
Really, really good movie. Very spotlight coded, and as listeners will know, that's a big thing for me.
Right.
And it's fantastic. Number 3.
You haven't vamped on Spotlight.
No, we're
much,
saving
honestly.
it.
Okay.
I've
been good.
I've intentionally kept it off.
It hasn't really fallen into place with any of our
That's right.
episodes
Well,
of
there's a little intent to that.
Yeah.
Number 3, I have JFK.
Mm-hmm.
Just a fantastic movie. Kind of unlike anything I'd seen before. Why interesting?
Because I don't know if that's hyped. I think I don't think everybody loves that movie.
All right. Well, maybe it's just the circles that I'm in. Everybody's like, you got to see JFK. It's sick. And I was like,
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here's another one. Because I saw the first a long time ago. This is going to come up in our eventual sequels podcast. But I never saw the second one. And that is Aliens.
Oh.
I just never saw it. And everybody's like, man, it's better than the first, which I don't know if I agree with.
I don't know if I've seen Aliens. Wow.
It's sick, dude.
Yeah.
It's sick. It's like not quite as scary, and it's way more actiony, and it's James Cameron, and he's cooking, and It's great. Watch it. I'm going to watch it tonight. And the first, my number 1 on this list is, again, another one of those movies that, like, you are aware of if you're trying to get into movies, and that's Casablanca. One of my wife and my favorite movies. We did the main song as our first dance at our wedding.
Yep.
It's super just fantastic. It's wonderful. I loved it first time, and I love it every time after.
That's a good one. I left that off my list because I also figured that one would be on your list.
Hell yeah, brother.
But that could be, Oh, I didn't even list that in my list before of greatest films.
Yeah,
Not bad.
That's all right.
It would be. I just didn't think of it.
I had a list too, but I liked the way you took it, so I just didn't do mine. Yeah. Do you remember the first time you watched The Godfather?
Negative.
I do.
Not. Nice.
I watched it on VHS in our parents' downstairs, secondary living room, and
I wasn't there.
I don't remember you being there. I'm kind of shocked. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Why am I just alone in the house and able to watch The Godfather for 3 hours with nobody around?
Yeah.
Like, was I already in college and you were in school? Doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'm guessing I was pretty young because I don't remember. / it was...
Maybe you weren't allowed to watch. But I remember watching it like...
I don't think... It doesn't seem like... Godfather's a pretty big movie in our household. I
do remember that, like, by the time I decided to watch it, there was already like... Wow, you haven't seen The Godfather? Kind of going around with my friends. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So I saw it
I had to
at least in high school. But I don't remember you being there. I remember watching it alone. You might have been there. So this isn't your run of the mill gangster movie. There's been a lot of gangster movies throughout Hollywood. What do you think it is about The Godfather that kind of sets it apart from gangster movies? And if you want to go this far, from movies?
Well, from gangster movies, I think a lot of gangster movies are family dramas, but this is like really family drama.
Yeah.
It's also not like insanely violent.
Until it is.
But gangster movies could get pretty violent.
Yeah.
And and there's it's a lot of chess piece moving too, which is fun. And I think the episodic nature and the fact that it's like 5 parts, the pacing is pretty unconventional.
Yeah.
Which ends up working out. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's both Godfather films are very like, I forget that like you don't really have or you're not supposed to, if you're watching it the first time, have a grasp on everything that's going on, and it really comes together in the end or in certain areas.
Yeah.
Which I always love,
especially in part 2.
Especially, yeah,
I still got
in part 2.
We're gonna do a part 2 podcast. I got questions.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
don't
fun with
necessarily have answers.
Well, if you do. You hit on a couple things that I wanted to talk about. One is the family nature. If this wasn't a gangster movie and they still had all the same characters, like, it would still be a compelling family drama.
Right.
And the characters, I think, is what does that. Now, you can call that writing, you can call that acting, you can call that story. It's based on a book, obviously. But ultimately, the characters are characters I want to spend time with more.
Yeah.
So I think that's what sets it apart.
Great family dynamics.
Yeah.
Awesome characters.
And it doesn't have, like, I don't know, a lot of gangster movies sort of have a certain tone and way of delivering lines, especially in the older ones.
There's some pretty gangstery line readings.
Yeah, that's true. I guess my point is that
which is fun, and it feels like it's like,
yeah,
that's what they're trying to do in those moments.
Bada bing, you blow over their Ivy League
Don't even get me
suit.
started. We'll hit it.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. But it does sort of, I don't know, maybe I'm just building it up too much, but it does sort of feel like it's separate in the way that it was constructed in sort of this big epic.
Yeah, it's super epic. It's great
filmmaking.
Yeah,
they got top end talent and all aspects of the production.
Mm-hmm.
They either used film legends or like people that would eventually become film legends,
right.
and also a lot of screen actors.
Right.
The production value is elite. I have more on that later.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the sum, a lot of people say, the sum is greater than the equal to its parts. I don't know if it's equal to or greater than equal to, but the parts are already incredible. Like, they got an incredible cast, an incredible script, an incredible score. Costume and production design is great. And yet I still might say the sum, the end result, is better than all the other parts combined.
100%. Well, I mean,
even though the parts
they're
are
all equally incredible. So
yeah.
It just like makes the entire movie that. And also it's crazy that it kind of just, there were a lot of pretty iffy factors, and things weren't good at a certain point, and a couple actors were just like randos, who never kind of did anything again, or kind of didn't work out, but they worked out in this and became legendary. Or like the writing wasn't always there, but then it was, what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty famous troubled production,
right? Exactly. I guess that's what I'm saying, is very troubled and worked out.
Yeah, and to your point, a lot of the actors chosen were not the actors that the studio wanted. The director, Coppola, I was going to talk about this later. I'll just talk about it now.
We would hit it later.
The director, Coppola, was not the first choice. And, just kind of like, what's he doing? He's spending all this money doing all this stuff, wants to shoot in New York, wants to make it a period piece like the book. And a lot of things could have gone wrong. And the stories were, this is what I read online. I obviously wasn't born yet, but the stories were that these things were going wrong, and that this was going to be like a huge debacle once it hit theaters, and it took over the world.
Right. And they didn't think that, the way Coppola was doing it was going to like all match up in the end. And they started editing it together, or, like separately.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh no, this is going to work. Never mind.
Right. Once you kind of match the director with the editor and they become of one mind, good things happen. And yet, I kind of have a longer Coppola idea later, but that happens a lot with Coppola. It seems to be like when he's out there in the jungle or doing whatever crazy stuff he's doing, it usually comes out in the end. And when he's doing stuff for
definitely a very similar situation. Horrible
one
production.
of the craziest shoots ever.
Yeah.
And yet he comes up with Apocalypse Now at the end. But then when he does something for money because he's a terrible businessman, it's just like middling at best. Anyway, we'll get there. Jack, I believe in America. America is where I made my fortune. I don't know if there's many other lines that get me more locked into a movie than that, starting off with my guy, Bonacera.
Yeah, I think...
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker, yeah. I think it would be number one on my list of opening lines.
So do you have your list of opening lines?
Of course I do.
Hit me. Top opening lines to a movie.
Okay, number 5. After I killed him, I dropped the gun off in the Thames, washed the residue off my hands in a Burger King, and walked home to await instructions. Shortly thereafter, the instructions came through. Get the fuck out of London, you dumb fucks. Get to Bruges. I didn't even know where Bruges was.
I thought about it. That's a great line.
It's such a good script.
In Bruges. Yeah, really, really funny. I thought about it. But I knew you liked that movie more than I was kind of hoping you would have it on your list.
Yeah, I got you. All right, enough's enough, Curly. You can't eat the Venetian blinds. I just had them installed on Wednesday.
What
Chinatown.
Oh.
So good. Way out west, there was a fella I want to tell you about. Goes by the name of Jeff Lebowski.
Mm-hmm. Good one.
This one's pretty obvious, but as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
I had that on my list as an honorable mention because if memory serves, there's a few bits of dialogue in the car before that actually that happens when he closes the trunk. They zoom in as far back, and then the voiceover hits. This is Goodfellas, by the way.
Yeah.
For people who are not in the conversation with me and Jack. But I remember like they can hear noises in the trunk and they're like, what is that? What is that? Is that something in the trunk? So it's not technically the first line of the movie, which is why I put it on my honorable mention. But
it's basically the first line.
It's basically...
Way to shoot me down.
For the purposes of the thing, it gets me locked into the movie.
Yeah, it's the best opening line, dude.
Yeah.
We were somewhere around bar style on the edge of the desert when the drugs began to kick in. When the drugs began to take hold.
Is that
yes.
Is that Fear and Loathing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. That's
so
a good one.
Gets me stoked.
Yeah. All right, here's my list.
All right.
Top opening lines of Mike. We didn't have any repeats, actually, except for Goodfellas. I had a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Written.
Okay.
Gets me stoked. I had to think of something outside the box. Well, Star Wars outside the box. Yeah. Rosebud, Citizen Kane. The fuck does that mean? He was the most extraordinary man I ever knew, Jack. That is Lawrence of Arabia.
Damn.
I don't love this movie. I didn't grow up with it. But here's my number 2. I was 12 going on 13 when I first saw a dead human being. That is Stand By Me. And that is a good opening line.
Yeah.
Here's my favorite. This is a movie I love. Listen, here's the thing. If you can't spot the sucker in the first half hour of the table, then you are the sucker. That
Rounders.
is Rounders. Yeah. It's a good one. Gets me locked in. I'm watching that movie no matter what.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, none of that is about The Godfather, but we thought it was a little bit fun. Our next top lists are all going to be about the actual Godfather, except for one at the very end. But we got a lot to break down. So before we do it, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back. All right, we're back. The Godfather, based on Mario Puzo's best-selling 1969 novel of the same name. Puzo also co-wrote the screenplay with Coppola.
Mm-hmm.
You read the book?
Nope.
Read it in college. It's a good book. It's a lot pulpier. And I was actually thinking about this. I think I put it in my notes. I'm kind of amazed that they created this like high art work of film. Again, I'm not a scholar on the book, but based on this sort of like pulpy crime bestseller summer read sort of a book.
Right. Well, and I don't know if it was totally part of the plan to make it high art.
The movie.
Right.
Well, I mean, maybe. But
I think they wanted, I don't know if they expected Coppola to come in and change the game.
Right. Well, but I mean, Coppola probably had ideas about how good it can be.
Right. True.
So I guess I'm
right.
saying from tone of the book to vision of the movie, like, I just don't think he can come up with The Godfather on accident. So he had to realize what he was doing, even if he didn't think he could pull it off. And it's just amazing that they pulled that piece of work off on this book. Maybe I'm misremembering the tone of the book a little bit, but it's a good book. It's a fun read. A lot more. Well, here, I got differences right here. Here are the differences between the book and the movie. By the way, I think this movie is better. One of the rare instances where the movie is better than the book. There. I said it.
Wow.
But I do.
No, I don't think that's a hot take.
Well, but I mean, how many other instances can you say that, really? I mean, sure, they're out there, but
right.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't think that's a hot take. Won't qualify. Here are some book differences that I have. And I didn't remember you reading this, so this should be fun. Much more Luca Brasi and Al Neri, who has a bigger thing in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically Michael's Luca Brasi.
Right.
We'll cover him more in the second podcast. Much more of those two and how they have a backstory and are crazy evil people, and why they're so loyal to their respective dons. Don't remember exactly why Luca is so loyal or if they go into that, but just it's clear that like he is Vito's guy and he is not going to do anything about Vito. And then they also tell you some terrible stuff that he does, like,
right?
like killing babies and fucking gnarly shit.
Yeah,
Maybe I love that, even his own baby.
I love that they just like somehow make him terrifying in the first 30 minutes of that movie without him doing like one thing.
Yeah, that story that Michael tells Kay in the wedding scene or sequence, I should say, is it kind of does all the work for you.
Yeah, does he explain how they met in that scene?
How they
or
met?
How they
not how they met. He tells the story about the band leader, about how Luca Brasi.
Oh yeah, he's talking about Homie. How Homie got famous.
Yeah. Right. Homie being Johnny Fontaine.
Yes.
Right. Tell him I ain't no band leader either.
So good.
Yeah, I heard that story. All right, they go
Jack
much
Waltz
more.
Didn't really show up in a lot of my lists.
No, not in your list.
Well, like, yeah, I mean, I didn't really represent him a lot in my list, but he's incredible.
Him in there a couple times.
Yeah, I got you.
They go into much more depth about "You're out, Tom." When Michael says, he's not the consigliere anymore.
Yeah.
And the reason is that they want to keep Tom out because of saving him for later operations, and because Michael and Vito go into deep covert mode on how to kill the rest of the heads of the 5 families.
Right.
And they kind of touch on that in the movie, but
yeah. Well, and he flip flop. They make him flip flop so much. He's out and then he's in and then he's out.
Yeah.
So like you kind of, I guess they don't really touch on that, but you infer it maybe.
I think you infer it.
I don't know. I guess
because
maybe I never really took it that perspective that they were kind of keeping him safe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they say he's not a wartime consigliere, which
that gets brought up over and over again.
Implies that when the war is over, he could potentially be the consigliere again.
Yeah, and I think they hammer it home more in the book that Vito is an active participant in killing the heads of the 5 families,
right?
Even though they wait till he dies. And all that stuff, and it seems like it's all Michael's doing. No, Vito is they go into media dark mode, and work that out.
Yep.
Lots more Johnny Fontaine, like too much Johnny Fontaine.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous Sonny and his mistress storyline. So Sonny has a mistress.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yes.
In the book, I'm going to tread lightly here. Sonny, they reference this too. Is well endowed, shall we say?
Right.
Significantly well endowed. And I don't remember her name. Oh, I wrote it down. Lucy is the mistress, And well, let's just say that she's not satisfied by lesser men.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a whole storyline about how she eventually, when Sonny dies, she goes off, falls in love with like, I think it's a gynecologist, and like he actually fixes her that so other men would satisfy her. Shall we say?
Wow.
I have no.
Where are the deleted scenes on all that one?
That made the director's cut, I think. No, I don't know. But yeah, it's weird. And again, I don't know if I'm remembering this all the way right, but it's just like, what's going on? This is not what I thought The Godfather was.
Odd.
Michael's appearance is different in the movie. He's a tall, lanky, handsome, blonde Italian man.
Mm.
So it's kind of like you almost wonder why James Caan didn't play Michael.
Right.
Because he fits that bill a little bit more. And Kay is actually a better character in the movies, which is saying a lot because I think Kay could be a better movie character even from the movie starting point. But in the book, it's basically like she just goes back to Michael. She doesn't even really question it too much. And they just don't go into her character very much.
Mm. I mean, they don't in the movies either. Yeah. She's pretty.
At least she has some struggle. She's a little bit better in the second one.
Alex really didn't like her. That was her second least favorite part.
So she's on the Bill Simmons side of this.
Yes, she is. And it was crazy because she without me prompting it at all, was literally like, her character just sucks. Not Diane Keaton. She's top 3 for Diane Keaton. I actually, when I was watching this is a side story, sorry, wrote down who I think her Mount Rushmore of actresses would be. And
Alex's Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. And was like, she was like in bed and I was like watching the movie and I texted her or, send me them and I got 3 of them.
Nice.
It was great. Anyways, Diane Keaton, Julie Andrews.
Wow.
Julie Andrews, Kate Winslet, Diane Keaton, and Jamie Lee Curtis were the
Who's
4.
Who's the one person that you... Jamie Lee Curtis.
She loves Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know what it is.
I couldn't name you 5 Jamie Lee Curtis. I probably could.
She put in Emily Blunt instead of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh,
I was like, oh. And I actually kind of thought Emily Blunt, but I was like, that wouldn't be her Mount Rushmore. But guess it was.
Yes, it was.
Sorry.
All right.
So,
all right, some stats for you. Was initially nominated for 11 Oscars. Eventually, they found out, apologies for the pronunciation, Nino Rota's score was disqualified because part of the score, specifically the love theme, was used in another film that he scored, Fortunella.
Shady.
Yeah, so bad job by him.
Great score, though.
It is a fantastic score, I don't know, probably would have won. I don't know what won that year. It's not in my notes, but he got disqualified. All right. It won for... Go ahead.
There's a scene in Godfather 2, maybe we do this later, where there's a score that they do just for that like one scene, and it is literally the Nazi theme from Last Crusade. Dun, 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 dun. You know, kind of get it? They do, it's like the exact sounding theme. It's crazy.
Did you fact check that?
No, I'm not saying that it is the exact theme. I'm just saying like...
That is what you just said.
Well, me listening to it. I don't know if...
Just want to clarify,
I'm
those
just saying,
were the words out of your mouth.
I know the Nazi theme of The Last Crusade, and I watched that movie last night.
Is that the rooftop scene? All right, well, let's save it for the Godfather 2 podcast.
Got it. Sorry.
So it won Best Picture, got nominated, won for Best Picture. Here are your nominees: Cabaret, The Emigrants, Sounder, and Deliverance. So I think that's a good one. Obviously. Well, I've also argued that it's the greatest movie of all time, so it should have won.
Right.
Coppola lost Best Director for Cabaret, which was Bob Fosse. Cabaret is pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. Brando won Best Actor, but declined the award.
Yep.
And had an indigenous woman come up and speak for him in his acceptance speech.
Or
very controversial.
Unacceptance speech.
Unacceptance speech, yeah. Correct. Supporting actor.
And he was never nominated again.
Yeah, well, yeah. True.
Probably didn't have him back either.
Yeah, he also went crazy, not crazy, but he leaned into full late career Brando after this.
Right.
He's in a couple good ones. You ever see The Score?
Yeah, no, that's
good
what I was thinking of. His last film.
Supporting actor Joel Grey from Cabaret won. So that's weird. I got to think this vote was split, but I can't confirm this. Robert Duvall, Al Pacino, James Caan, all nominated.
Yep. Those are good takes. One of them should have won. That's kind of crazy.
I agree. Who do you think should have won out of those three?
I am a Tom Hagen guy through and through. He's probably my favorite character in both films.
That is not a hot take.
Yeah. But Al Pacino or James Caan are like kind of the more obvious wins.
I don't remember where I had my Robert Duvall section, but I'll touch on it now. I think he's great in this movie. I also would vote for Pacino to win. I think he's great in this movie, and it's kind of different than the other Robert Duvalls I'm used to, where he's very loud and boisterous and, cowboy shooting western. This is such...
But he gets there sometimes.
He does.
The sunny Tom Hagen fight is incredible.
Yeah, really good. So he's fantastic.
It's just... he creates such an amazing character doing so little, and it's just like...
Very subtle.
Yeah. Love watching it.
It won adapted screenplay. It did not win for sound, editing, or costume design. I didn't write down the other nominees. The sound one in particular, I was like, come on, man. It also did not get nominated for cinematography. Who was Gordon Willis was the cinematographer. The legend, the great. It is, yeah. Again, I should have looked up who got nominated over it, but The Godfather is one of the most incredible looking films ever. Incredibly shot. That's a tough one for me to swallow. How many total Oscars have been won by the cast of The Godfather Part 1? This is a secret question for you, Jack. How many total Oscars have been won by the cast of Godfather Part 1?
Meaning throughout their whole career?
Correct.
How many have been won?
1.
6.
You were close.
5?
Yeah, it's 5. Damn. Brando won 2. Mm-hmm. 1 for Duvall. Mm-hmm. 1 for Pacino. Mm-hmm. 1 for Diane Keaton.
Nice.
So there you go. So many great characters. We talked about it. So many great performances. We talked about it. Kind of unbelievable how good the main cast is individually and together. Mm-hmm. We kind of touched on how Kay Adams is not a great character, but Diane Keaton's really good in the movie.
Yeah, she's great.
So there's a couple of bad performances on the outskirts of the lower cast.
Yeah.
But not many. And they don't take a thing away from it for me.
How do you feel about Connie?
She kind of overdoes it.
I know, but when she does, I feel like it is usually pretty warranted.
Yeah.
At the same time. Like, it makes me... I feel like I'm watching someone having a complete breakdown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the sound.
Yeah.
It kind of goes into, it has I have it coming up later, the sound, but when she raises her voice, the sort of signature sound of the movie kicks in for me. I guess I should explain it now. I think the outside elements of this whole thing are so echoey and so distinct sounding. Like the outside scenes, and in the inside, everything's closed up and so constricted. I don't know if that's intentional. It feels almost like claustrophobic. But when she kind of screams, I think The Godfather has a unique sound.
When she screams what? Like what happens?
When she screams at the end of the movie, "Oh, Michael, get out of the way!" And she's running into the house. That has such a unique sound design to the movie. I don't know if I'm getting a little too.
Well, they dub a lot, also.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean,
it's
definitely dubbed.
It's all dubbed,
Yeah, I should have led with that. It's all dubbed, but I like it for some reason.
Yeah. Sometimes it works. It's kind of the same thing with the when people get shot in the face and it's just like a little hole that starts bleeding. Yeah. It happens in both films multiple times, and it's just I don't know, at what point they thought that this was accurate, or
Or maybe it's more accurate. How many times have you shot a guy in the face?
Well, and it could be their old-timey guns or something, but it's just different.
Yeah, it is. It's
0 times also, sorry.
I don't want to incriminate myself, actually. So we can kind of take it any direction here. bring it back to cast of characters and all that stuff. Do you want to
Cabaret
shout
won
out
for best cinematography.
Well, that is an interesting looking film. I'm just saying it wasn't even nominated.
Yeah.
What's
The other
deal?
ones are lame. Travels with My Aunt, The Poseidon Adventure, Butterflies Are Free in 1776. Couldn't even tell you.
Yep. Characters, Jack. Acting performances. Do you want to take it in any specific direction? I have a list of our favorite characters. I don't know if you made a list.
I kind of did performances.
Okay, good. Why don't you take it that direction?
I kind of took both. You know what I mean?
Well, anyone you want to shout out in particular before we do the list, or you just want to jump right into it? Because I ranked my favorite characters.
Okay.
And I pretty much did all the main people of the family.
I think I just like combined the two.
All right, give me your list.
Number 5, I got Clemenza, Richard S. Castellano.
He's my number 5 as well.
Nice. He's easily one of my favorite parts of this film. Just
He's
anytime
great.
he's doing anything, it's great. I got 4, I got James Caan.
Yeah.
3, I got Brando.
Whoa.
Yes. 2, I've got Pacino, and 1, I've got Robert Duvall, Tom Hagen.
Fair enough.
There you go.
They're all
Exactly
great.
what we were talking about.
So I'm going to give my list quickly. This is characters. Family.
Okay.
Part 1 specific.
Yes.
Kay Adams. How many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did 10. Look at that. Kay Adams. Not a great character in the first
Number
one.
10.
Number 10. Number 9, Fredo.
Yeah.
Fredo's a wonderful character, but you really don't get that until part 2.
Right.
Which I have coming up later. Number 8, I guess I didn't do family members. Sollozzo. Pretty great.
Yeah. Really good.
Very classic gangster vibes.
For sure.
He
crushes it.
Yeah, he's awesome. I'm actually surprised this person is so low, but this is where I put in Jack Waltz.
Nice.
I fucking love Jack Waltz.
He would have probably been my number 6.
He's great. Number set. I don't even know what number I'm on. I'm just going to read them. I got Mo Green.
Yep.
Wonderful. I'm Mo Green. Made my bones when you were in diapers. Next,
When you were dating cheerleaders.
Oh, that's what it is. Damn, screwed that up. I got Sonny next.
He was banging 2 waitresses at a time.
No, you don't buy me out. I buy you out.
Yeah.
So I got Sonny next. Then I had Clemenza. Oh, I guess Clemenza was my number 4. Then I had Michael.
Uh-huh.
Then I had Tom Hagen.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had Vito.
Nice.
It's kind of tough not to have those be your top 3. This was the highest grossing movie of all time when it was released, Jack. 246 million worldwide. That's pretty good for 1972. Held the title for 3 more years until a movie in 1975 broke it with 472 million. Can you name the movie?
Wait, say it again?
Okay.
Sorry. I spaced for a second.
Yeah,
there.
I lost you there for a second.
No.
Where did I lose you?
Well, just the last stat. Just hit me again with it.
It held the title of highest grossing movie of all time until a movie in 1975 took the title at 472 million, which is over double what The Godfather made. Name that movie.
75 Jaws.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thought that was a little alley-oop there.
Right. No, yeah.
Didn't know I was going to lose you halfway through the
right.
sentence.
I think I was thinking it was going to be hard.
We touched on it a little bit. This is a pretty violent movie for it to have grossed so like the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's violent necessarily. It's not constantly violent.
Right. No,
I would say there are. Go ahead.
It's got very violent moments.
Yeah.
And the moments that happen often are very,
I wouldn't say it's gratuitous, but the violence explodes off the screen when it like decides to.
Feels a little Tarantino here and there.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, not really.
Not like in a
ex-
cartoonish way, but just like.
No, but I mean, I don't know. Something about, like I was saying before, something about the special effects sometimes are like, it's 72. So like, what can they do?
How
But
dare you?
in a way that I like is what I'm saying.
Okay, so I have a 2-pack list here. I think we should do the second one first. I have best deaths or acts of violence, and I think I missed one. And then I have best/scariest quote unquote henchmen or family members.
All right.
Do you have both lists?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me your violence list first.
Yeah, I got 10.
You got 10. Wait, how many do I? What am I missing? 1, 2, 3,
What?
4,
What are you
5, 6,
missing?
7. I'm missing
Deaths?
certainly one.
All right. Just let me do my list.
Go ahead.
All right. Go ahead. All right. Number 10, I got Khartoum.
Yeah.
Horsehead.
Yeah.
So good. So. Number 9, I got Mo Green. Shot to the eye.
Okay.
Actually, how homie who he was based off of got killed, got shot in the eye.
Yeah.
Number 8, I got Polly. I mean, it could be higher, but you also I put it a little bit lower
Well,
because
Paulie, you won't be seeing him no more.
Number 7, I got Luca Brasi.
Yeah.
That's a good one, man.
It's really good.
Okay, here.
I mean, we're obviously going to have the same ones.
Right.
But
when he obviously has when he falls to the ground,
yeah.
we hear him thump pretty hard, right?
Yeah.
So his hand came out from being stabbed.
Oh, you think so?
I think
what I also
think he got
noted
ripped through because he's such a big guy. The weight of him probably just.
Yeah, I've wondered about the mechanics for that for a long time. You know what else I noticed too is that they Tom Hagen tells Vito when he asks about Sollozzo, said to be good with a knife, only in matters of business though, and he's the one that stabs him through the hand with a knife. So I was like,
that's
oh,
good, nice.
I only noticed that after the 78th time I've watched that movie.
Number 6, I got Apollonia.
Oh, that's what. Did I not? That's a good one.
On.
Yeah, my bad.
Monday, Tuesday. We always say it like this in our family. We always say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's not actually how it happens. It's a completely separate scene.
I had that coming up later.
Number 5, I got Carlo.
Yeah.
So good.
Wait, which Carlo? When he dies, when he gets killed.
Yeah. Oh, you put in the fight?
That's right.
Oh, that fight. Oh my God, I completely
That's
forgot
the one
about
I
that.
forgot. And you were like,
I was focused a little more on deaths,
deaths.
honestly. I think the only non-death I have is Khartoum.
That's a death.
Which is a death. Yeah. Of a horse.
R.I.P. Khartoum.
But yeah, I did specifically. Yeah.
Well,
So
I also
when Carlo gets it.
I'll tell mine at the.
Carlo gets it,
Yeah.
Kicks
it's
his feet
brutal.
through the window. It's great.
It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't. That's such a creative, or it didn't have to kick his feet through the window.
I know.
Even if, but that just happens, and you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I had that coming up in my details.
Would have been shocking without that.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Forgot about that one.
Mm.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Number 4, I got McCluskey, specifically McCluskey, just because I love seeing that fool get shot in the neck. It's so good.
He also has a look after he sees Sollozzo get killed. He's like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, it's the
like
perfect
just
little
confused,
moment. Just doesn't
what?
do anything.
Wait, hang on a second. I frisked you. I
Really
frisked
didn't
1,000
see it
young.
coming. Yeah, right. He frisked me his frisk is hardly a frisk, and he's confident.
Oh, yeah. Well, true.
But that's not even how we got it. Number 3, guy in the revolving door.
Yeah.
This is my number 1 moment of watching with Alex. It literally got the best reaction out of her, and which I didn't see coming just because I've seen it a billion times. But even though I've always loved it, but she was literally like, "Oh, that was good." I was like, "Okay." Only real positive reaction. No, I'm joking. Number 2, I got Clemenza with the flower box gun. So good.
Yeah.
Number 1, I got Sonny.
Sonny.
That's a good death scene.
It is a good death scene. It also makes me sad. I mean,
yeah, but it's kind of a cool way to go out.
It is.
It is.
All right.
sad.
I'm going to give you my list.
All right.
I did acts of violence. Okay. The cannoli murder.
Okay.
Fantastic. I got more coming up on that later.
I'm sure.
Vito gets shot. Very effective. Doesn't die, but he gets shot. We hit him 5 times, and he didn't die, or whatever he says. The Carlo murder. Ooh, God, tough to watch. Sonny murder. tougher to watch sometimes.
Yeah.
I get it. It's
Yeah.
awesome, but it's also gets sad.
It is.
So my next one is Sonny beats up Carlo just to get a little revenge.
Yeah.
Even though that's out of sequence.
That scene is sick.
That scene is gnarly. And again, has that sort of echoey outdoor space sound
there's like a it's like echoey essentially, but it's like if you went into a alleyway and clapped.
Yeah.
It's like what
it's
you
like
hear.
a close
it's like
echo.
a bang,
but they are in like, I don't know, they're not in an alleyway, but they're on those like close New York streets.
Ooh, this would be a detail. Never mind, I'll get to it later.
Okay.
Well, maybe I'll get to it now. Footsteps, dude.
I had it.
Okay. Sorry.
We'll
get to it later.
That's so odd. And part 2 too. I wrote it down when I was watching part 2, and they do. I forget where the footsteps come up, but footsteps. And I was like, dude, footsteps.
Footsteps in 1 are
Out of
constantly
control.
great. In this scene specifically is why it wouldn't be my number 1 footstep moment. Maybe we should rank our footstep moments. But the running through the streets like in the New York is just like great.
It's really good.
Bites his hand. So good. I've always
Sonny?
loved. Yeah.
In
the
right.
fight. In the
yeah,
fight.
no, yeah, you're right. For whatever reason, I was thinking when Sonny gets mad and bites his own hand,
yeah.
I was like, man, you're jumping all over the
No,
place.
no.
I forgot.
Yeah.
He bites
Carla's hand. I remember that it from early on when I was watching this, like when I was younger, just being like, oh man,
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So number 4, I have the Michael killings in the restaurant.
Yeah.
I combined them.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. Number 3, I had the horse's head. It's not as it's just like crazy that they would think of that.
Yeah.
That's the part that I'm just like, damn.
Yeah. And like in the silk sheets and just like.
I think I knew it was going to happen the first time I watched it because the horse's head moment is like a thing.
Yeah.
That people spoof.
I wonder how much of this we saw on TV.
That's
also.
what I'm saying. Like, I wish I would have seen. I wish I could watch The Godfather again for the first time, Jack.
There you go.
Then I have the Luca murder. That's brutal. That dude's
pretty
eyes are bulging out of his head.
That's great.
His tongue is all kinds of twisted.
Yeah.
And then number 1, I had the entire baptism sequence. So you were giving specific kills like the... Yeah, no, I
definitely
get it.
went specific.
Yeah, that's awesome. But I did the whole entire sequence, which is one of the great sequences of all time. And I didn't know where I was going to include it, so I included it there.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk Coppola. We kind of already hit a lot of this, so I'm not sure how much we needed to go into it. But directed 4 films prior: Dementia, You're a Big Boy Now, Finian's Rainbow, which is a musical, oddly enough, and The Rain People. And those are all in the 60s, 1963 to 1969. Co-wrote and won the Academy Award for Patton in 1970, so that was his first Oscar.
Huh.
Yep. And then he gets The Godfather. As we said, not the first choice. Troubled production. Kind of a reoccurring theme for him. He insisted on using Italian-American actors. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like a real Italian family.
That paid off.
Yeah. A little bit of backstabbing on the set. You kind of hinted at it. Some people would cut the film one way, and other people thought he would get fired, and then they would be next in line to direct. They go into a little bit more about this in other articles online. They go into it in the rewatchables. We haven't even mentioned them yet. They do a great episode on The Godfather. So we won't necessarily go into that, but it's there. Really interesting guy, Coppola. He's interested in high art. His father was a world-class flutist. Coppola himself initially studied to become and became proficient with the tuba. Bet you didn't know that one. Until he started getting into film. He's interested and has directed operas.
Yeah.
He has a big winery in Napa, which I have been to.
As with me.
Yeah, that was for Becky's birthday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember this. One of my favorite stories about that was we were getting dinner at the restaurant there, and the silverware didn't match. And I just said, oh, that's interesting that the silverware doesn't match. Like, just came out of my mouth as the waiter was coming up and pouring us water or something. And he goes, oh yeah, Francis likes it when it doesn't match. And I was like, kind of turned to him like, Francis, are we on first name basis with Mr. Coppola? I didn't say anything about it. Like, who's this guy saying Francis? And for those who don't know, I've was a waiter for a long time. So, and still am. So I can talk about wait staff a little bit.
Yes, true.
I don't want to disparage any of the wait staff.
He's probably his like great, nephew.
Oh, well, I would feel bad if that's correct.
Working his way up.
They
in the
do
company.
a lot of family in hiring
Exactly.
in that place.
It's a family business.
So anyway, I just thought that was funny. Oh, Francis likes it when the silverware doesn't match. I'm like, okay, guy, come on.
But also a fun tidbit.
Yeah.
Good to know. Which is probably what he was trying to do. I think you're kind of giving the
Is
guy
it
a
true?
hard time.
Who knows? That guy could be shooting rogue.
Well, true. Francis over here.
Also, if you ever go to the winery, they
Frank.
have we call him Frankie. They have a lot of cool memorabilia from all his movies, but obviously from The Godfather. And
like a
it
museum.
looks like it would be that complex would be in The Godfather.
100%.
So I also have a fun story that, do you know that like Letterboxd has videos that go on TikTok and Instagram or whatever about mostly famous people? They'll give their top 4 movies. You're not on Letterboxd yet, right?
Yeah, but I know they put it on their Instagram.
Yeah, and you can, when you join Letterboxd, you pick your top 4 movies to kind of like have it out there, and so they'll ask these celebrities on the red carpet or whatever.
Yeah.
This one was not on the red carpet. I guess they just had him in a studio interviewing him probably for Megalopolis, and they were asking him what his top 4 movies were, and I thought this was hilarious. So he gave 3. I can't remember what they are, but they were all. Well, just stay with me here. I'm gonna land the plane. I promise. I can't remember what they are. I had heard of a couple of them. They were all like 1930s movies.
Yeah.
The first 3. And then the last one, he's like, I guess for my last one, I'll go a little bit more of a modern movie and I'll say Midnight Cowboy. And for those not keeping along at home, Midnight Cowboy came out in, I think, 1968.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
That's
hilarious.
That's Francis Ford Coppola's idea of a modern movie was Midnight Cowboy.
What a sight.
Oh, man. Not a good businessman, this Francis Ford. Frankie. Keeps betting on himself, putting his own money into his own movies, and it doesn't always work out. Luckily, the wineries worked out. He has had to like mortgage various properties to help pay for some of his movies. Did it again with Megalopolis. To my knowledge, that investment has not come back. Did you see Megalopolis?
I did not.
I didn't either. I kind of let the...
There are people out there who liked it,
Yeah.
which is interesting because it was widely panned.
It seemed even either love it or hate it based on my unofficial metrics of the situation just by me looking online. Seemed like 30% loved it, 70% hated it.
Yeah.
Didn't watch it. I'll get to it eventually, but in this rare case, I kind of let the viewpoint sink in and just didn't see it. So Coppola, interesting career in the 1970s. I said that weirdly. In the 1970s, he rattles off The Godfather, The Conversation, Godfather Part 2, and Apocalypse Now. That is insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty
and then
good.
after that, it's like he never reaches those heights again.
Was he nominated for Best Director 3 years in a row? Because he got nominated for The Conversation, right?
Not 3 years in a row, Jack.
4 years in a row.
Nope. The Conversation came out in 1974. He got nominated for the same year.
Oh,
He got nominated for 2 movies in 1974. How crazy is that?
That's pretty crazy. Pretty good. Very different movies.
Very different movies.
Both good, though. Well,
Yeah, I love... You like Conversation?
Yeah.
You should watch Blowout.
Okay.
It's sick.
Nice. Sorry, it's on my list.
Yeah, I'll save that for the De Palma podcast.
Nice.
Blowout. That might... Well, anyway...
We'll get there.
So, yeah, after the 70s, I mean, he directed some good movies, but he never got to this. This is like... Obviously, they're not his first 4 movies, but he does a handful of movies before that nobody really kind of puts him on the map. Godfather puts him on the map, and he rattles off 4 all-timers.
Crazy.
You're kind of thinking, like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Did he just break the internet before the
I'll
internet?
have what he's having.
Yeah, it's unbelievable output, and then just kind of never really lives up to that again.
True.
Yeah, just facts.
No, I know.
A lot of that probably has to do with the fact that he was in a lot of debt a lot of time, kind of putting his own money in these movies, and then they don't work out. So he's kind of got to, I just hit my microphone. He's kind of got to do like movies for hire sort of a thing, and just never really lived up to it again. But interesting man, that Coppola. And now we have Sofia Coppola making interesting movies.
And we got Jack out of it.
That's true. We did get that.
We saw that in theaters.
Did you? Did we?
I mean, I'm guessing you were there, but yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, I probably did.
Was like, wow.
Haven't seen it since the theaters.
Not my favorite movie.
Yeah. Probably for very few. Robin Williams, that's another interesting episode if we ever do that. It has some of the greatest and some of the worst movies out there.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll save that for that pod. All right. Should we take another break before we kind of round this thing out?
Sure.
All right. Let's take another quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about our favorite details, some food stuff, and a couple other fun ones to round it out. All right, we're back. So, in doing this document, we didn't do our top 5 scenes because I felt like that might be a little bit overplayed. But at the same time, I thought the specific scenes would come up organically, and they haven't really. So why don't we just kind of do an on-the-fly best scenes of The Godfather? And we'll probably talk about every single one of them.
Right.
And there's also like long sequences, you know.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, we do have our favorite details about some of these things coming up. So it might come up naturally then, but I feel like we should at least touch on it.
Okay. Well, do we have to go in order?
No, but I think we could.
Okay. Well, the
wedding sequence.
The wedding sequence. Yeah, I guess that's a whole scene, but it's like 30 minutes long. I mean, you could call the opening, meeting a scene.
Oh, absolutely.
Which would be, in there probably.
That's a great. Yeah, we did talk about that one a little bit with our. I guess we just talked about our opening lines, but that's a great way to set up the story.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm definitely skipping some stuff probably if we're going in order, but I would say one of my big ones is the Michael going to check on Don Vito.
Yeah.
Or Don Corleone. And
big time footsteps in that.
Big time footsteps. Awesome cinematography.
Yeah.
I skipped like Hollywood. Hollywood's great. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead.
Okay.
We got the wedding scene. The wedding scene's awesome. I mean, it really kind of sets you up that this is a close-knit family. The Godfather is handling business. He is, I guess there are people out there that don't like Brando's performance, but he's just absolutely cooking in all of those meetings, and I just love it.
Yeah.
I fall in love with Vito every time I watch that movie. Why did you go to the police? Why didn't you come to me first? Just all kinds of stuff. That's really great. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's great that it like goes from big ass party outside, bright, hot, like daytime, to like the darkest room you've ever been in with two people who are
and
just like
sound,
talking at each other.
That's kind of what I'm talking about too with the sound,
Right.
the differences between those two. And then the music is great. They're playing Italian music. They're playing love songs. They play Johnny Fontaine music.
Yep.
It might be like a half an hour.
It is
45 minutes, something like that. And then they go right into, L.A. They go right into
LA.
That whole scene, which is totally different.
Which is so funny that it's just like you get Johnny Fontaine at the wedding and you kind of hear about him, and then like, it comes up between them and they have that meeting, and then you go get the action of the first meeting is just kind of like set up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or, exposition kind of. It's like they do an insane amount just for a little bit of exposition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it also, I totally agree. And it's also really entertaining.
Yeah.
And they get to throw that guy who plays Jack Waltz in there, who's just like jumping off the screen. And this is just so that you know about the oeuvre of Vito Corleone.
Yeah. And like you learn about Tom and,
Yeah, it's really good. Then they go right pretty much into the Saluzzo. I have a little detail that I'm not mentioning that I'll come back to, but that is the transition there. But then they go right into the Saluzzo meeting, which is fantastic. And then we move on to
getting set up. Then it's like teaching Michael essentially, or no, you get some Kay and Michael sprinkled in.
Yeah. But once the Saluzzo, I get, you're right. Yeah. I was going to say once the Saluzzo meeting, we're kind of moving firmly into, Vito's got the hit on Vito.
Yeah,
it
right.
happens pretty quickly after
does.
that, and then that is the big sort of inciting change of the family,
Right.
because now everybody has to operate in different roles.
I was surprised this time watching it how little Michael was in it up until that moment.
Yeah.
You really only get him in like 3 scenes. I mean, he's like in smaller parts.
Oh, you mean actually in the movie?
Yeah, like actually in the movie. And then, and it's just like, yeah, this guy is going to be the main character. You know what I mean? And he's
totally.
like,
and that scene where he flips the scene where, they're going to frisk me when I get in the car, right? So I can't have a gun on me. And then he, the camera's zooming in on him, and I'll kill them both. That's when Michael,
and everybody's like, whoa.
what the? Well, it's interesting. I didn't put this in my details, but everybody laughs except Tom Hagen.
Uh-huh.
He's not laughing. And he's like, damn.
He knows that Vito doesn't want him to go down that road.
Exactly. Oh, it's a really effective scene. And then obviously we talked about, I want to talk about this a little bit more in my details, but where he kills them at the Italian restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're off in Italy.
Yep.
Italy is not my favorite.
Wait, hold on. We're kind of talking about best scenes right now. And we just skipped over the best scene.
Which one?
It might be number 1 on my list. It would be him killing Sollozzo and McCluskey.
Yeah. Well, as I was going to say, I have that in my details. So, all right, let's talk about it now, and I'll just leave that part off. It's a fantastic scene.
Yeah.
The way they build tension in that scene is really effective.
Mm-hmm. And the sound design, of course. Well, that's probably what you're going to hit me.
I was, yeah. I'll just do it now. The sound design in that is great when he comes out of the bathroom and they're ramping up the...
Well, Slash when he's in the bathroom. Remember, first, there's the shot of him, goes into the bathroom, goes behind the thing, and then he comes out of the stall, and there's this shot where the camera's inside the stall, and you just kind of get the tip of his head.
Yeah.
And... he's like running his hands through his hair, and it's the first time you hear the train. But it sounds, kind of like a normal train. It's not like the second time you hear it. Then he goes.
And then when he gets out, I think I mentioned that I had a sound design class in college on another movie. I can't remember what it was, but then when he gets out, the sound of the train really ramps up to the point where it's kind of enveloping him, and you can't. All the other sound goes down, and it's really, really effective. And as the tension in his own mind is sort of building up, it's just great sound design. It's just really, really, really effective.
And I love that there's kind of almost like a double fake where at the very last second you're like, oh man, is he not going to do it? / he like sits down when he could have just kind of blown them away.
Yeah.
But he like
that's what
sits
Clemente
down.
says to do when you walk out of the bathroom. Just come out blasting.
Right. Yeah. And you think he kind of like fucks up for a second, or and then the train sound is just like,
it's great.
Yeah. So good.
And then we go right to the mattresses, and Michael goes off to Italy.
Yeah.
I'm okay to skip Italy. Honestly, there's nothing there that I really would. I mean, it's fine. I like it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say any of the best scenes are in Italy. Would you?
No, but it is a nice respite for me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it a lot. Like I'm happy that we go to Italy, and I'm like, okay, like new little adventure, and you kind of figure out what's going on. And
yeah, I shouldn't say I dislike Italy.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're right. Also, that
none of the best parts of the movie are in Italy, but it is like, man, that was an intense scene. I'm glad we kind of like,
yeah,
are almost like getting a little palate cleanser here.
Right.
Let's head to the Sicilian countryside.
Yeah, and the way it develops, and just kind of the bodyguard betraying him, and I like all that.
Fabrizio, man.
Right.
All right, what's next? Well, somewhere in Italy, you get Sonny's murder. Wouldn't call that my favorite scene.
Right.
It's well acted and like extremely effective action scene. Ugh, but tough to watch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could just start skipping. Maybe we don't have to.
Well, I know one scene too before Michael gets back, which is maybe my favorite scene in the movie, is the meetings of all the head of the 5 families, and that's when Vito really turns it up.
Yeah.
I have that in my favorite quotes, so I'll save it.
Nice.
Spoiler alert, but I think that might be my favorite part of the movie.
That's not a hot take. That's your number one?
I think I'd have to say that, yeah.
Or I mean, that's a good take, I should say.
Then we get the great scene between Michael and Vito out in the yard, which is just wonderful dialogue.
Yeah, I was going to do
acted.
this later. Maybe I should do it now.
Do it.
But I love how the scene starts. The first line is, I'm not going to be able to redo it, but he's just like, he tells him, this is how they're going to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, and this is a thing with part 2, and I don't know if I should save it also for part 2 or do it now, but he just like knows. He tells
so
him
matter
as
of
if
factly.
somebody has told him that, and he has the information, but it's not. He's just put it all together. He's completely
They're
right.
going to organize a meeting with someone you absolutely trust, and in that meeting, you'll be assassinated. He
then
delivers a line like exactly like that.
Right, and it's the first thing he says to him. It's just like, geez, and then he says, I've been enjoying wine a lot more lately. It's just like, geez. I have that later too. But yeah, there's an interesting moment with Michael in part 2.
I wonder if you're thinking of the same part that I am.
I'm sure. Because it's essentially the same thing, except he's just talking about his own.
Well, there's two moments that I think are like that.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll save it. We'll save it. Yeah, fantastic scene. Really good. We're probably skipping over a couple of them because we're doing this just from memory because I've seen it 1,000 times.
The next big one for me is Mo Green.
The Mo Green scene.
Yeah. I mean, that's skipping kind of a lot.
No, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Mo Green's one of the few people that sort of have a different energy. Jack Waltz has a different energy. I would say Sonny has a different energy. I mean, most of the people in this movie are calm and collected, and even the more intense lines are kind of delivered sort of in a reserved way.
Right.
And then you got to have your Sonnies and your Mo Greens and your Jack Waltzes to take it up a notch.
Yeah.
And boy, does Mo Green take it up a notch. It's great.
So good. And Fredo's good. Cazel's good in that scene too. I mean, it's all.
He's great. I got him coming up in the part 2 podcast.
Of course.
Man. And then pretty quickly after that, I mean, Vito dies.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't say it's my favorite scene.
No.
Also, I think I had this later, but I definitely look like that kid.
Yeah. I was thinking about
Baby
that.
Josh looks like that kid a lot.
Have we ever talked about that?
I don't know.
Or has that
but
just
it's
always
striking.
existed in my mind? Because it's very true.
It's like looking in a 4-year-old Josh mirror.
So bizarre.
Yeah. Look a lot different now, Jack.
Mm.
And then we have the funeral scene and then the baptism scene.
Yeah, funeral scene's great too.
Yeah, the funeral scene's great. You get the whole people sort of paying respect to the Corleone family, and then you get the Tessio.
The Tessio reveal, which is like so... I've been talking about this a lot, but I was watching a lot of it through Alex's eyes, and it's so effective the way that they set it up in the scene before it, and the way that they just give it to you in the next scene. It's like, it's like very obvious. You know what you're going to be looking for, and you're like, wow, there it is. And you're not seeing it. It's going to be Tessio.
Oh, man.
Ava Goda, man.
Tell Mike it was nothing personal.
Yeah, man. Tragic. That's a rough one.
And then the baptism scene. We kind of touched on it a little bit. It's just one of the great montages of violence ever in history of anything.
No doubt, number one. Number one montage, maybe, of all time.
Yeah. It's
gotta
really
be number
great.
one scene in this film.
Oh, Michael, man. Oof. And then, there's also the last scene. What?
You know, it's so, I don't know, not as evil as he gets. You know what I mean?
Well, you're right.
He's exterminating, I guess, a bunch of, heads of families. It's a huge play.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is kind of the reason I almost like, and I shouldn't say this, but like part 1 better, is it's kind of like, fuck yeah, when he does it.
Well, I think that's the big difference between number 1 and number 2. Now I say, Michael and everything, but I have the context of number 2, so I know where it's going.
Yeah.
As do 98% of the populace at large.
Yes.
But when you don't know that and you're seeing Godfather Part 1, you're like, fuck yeah, man, get rid of your enemies. It's dope.
Right.
These people all signed up for the task, It's not like
Pops is dead. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking run through these assholes.
Shit up
Anyway,
Works too.
yeah. But knowing where he goes, I have
Yeah, it's rough.
But I'll save that question for part 2. So we ran through all the scenes, ran through our favorites, sort of. Now I want to talk about details of scenes. We kind of gotta. We don't have to do all of these top 5 lists left if we don't want to, but this one's I feel like going to be a big discussion. So, do you want to start it off, or do you want me to start it off?
You start it off. I might just work off you.
Okay. Oh, I see.
I don't know.
All right, here are the details that I have. Carlos' feet. We talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Great detail. All the little slights and jabs that subtly pop up via other family members. Here are a few examples. There's a lot. Vito dusts off Sollozzo's knees as he sits down for the meeting. He's like, I hear you're a man to be respected, so I met with you. And he sits down and he dusts off his knees.
That's so good.
So disrespectful. There's a part where Vito's talking to Michael, and he's like, Sonny, I always thought would be a bad Don. I don't exactly remember how the line goes, but then he goes, Fredo, like,
Fredo gets
I don't even have to say it, but
bad
Fredo
rap,
gets shit
dude.
on, man, in both movies. Tessio was always smarter. Subtle dig at Clemenza. At the very end, they're like, oh, I always thought it would be Clemenza. Well, it's a smart move. Tessio's always smarter. So,
I'm glad it wasn't Clemenza.
Me too. Clemenza's my guy. I had a few more, although I seem to have lost them.
Go take a walk around the neighborhood and do your job.
Oh, yeah, that was one of them. Never give him a living. Or give him a living, but never discuss a family business with him. Jeez, I stumbled all over that.
Jeez.
That's what they say about Carlo. My children are spoiled. They talk when they should listen. Tatalia's a pimp. He could have never outfought Santino.
I don't know if this is the time to do this. I couldn't tell moments or lines, but I'm just gonna do it now because it kind of works. But
I kind of stumbled over some of those lines.
You're good. They're all eating dinner at the table. Sonny starts talking about the business. Carlos says,
"Oh yeah."
Carlos says, "Pop never talked about the business at the table." And then Carlos says, "Shut up." And Sonny says, "Don't ever speak to her that way." And the mom says, "Don't interfere."
Santino, don't interfere.
Don't interfere. And then Carlos says something about the business, and Sonny says, "We don't ever discuss business at the table."
That's a great place for that. So all the little, subtle jabs. That one's not actually that subtle. That people are giving to other people in this movie are fantastic. So we talked about this earlier. I had the sound and look. And I included footsteps and dubbed voices in my sounded look. It's just, it's unique, something a little different. And then the look I did not think this myself, but I loved it. I read someone in a review about The Godfather that said it almost looks like you're looking at like a pastel painting in motion. And I think that's great. It does have a unique feel to it, in really all aspects of the movie. And I just think it's a beautiful movie to watch.
It feels old.
It does.
It like feels older than 1972.
It's got a nice film grain to it.
A lot of nice film grain.
Yeah, it's really great. Another detail I like, they drink wine out of little cups instead of little wine glasses.
Love the wine thing.
Except in the one scene where they all get shot in the restaurant, but they're drinking out of very teeny tiny wine glasses. But everyone else is drinking it out of just like a little glass.
Yeah.
Not a wine glass. I love that. We talked about the transition from scenes from LA to Sollozzo meeting. And this is the part in the one little transition where they're setting up the Sollozzo meeting. After Jack Walsh see the horse's head and he's screaming at the top of his lungs so that people can hear it from 10 miles around, they cut back to Vito and he's just got this totally nonchalant look and he just gives a little shrug. Doesn't even say anything, just gives a little shrug. And that's just like how they take you back into like, this is Vito not to be fucked with, and he just
It's like nobody says it. Like we don't even know what he's shrugging at, but
we don't even have to know.
He's just thinking about it.
He's just thinking about Okay, mind you, I don't even think about that. Maybe I think that's the point. He's like, I did this, and this is what it's going to happen.
Yeah.
The sound of the trains in Sollozzo's murder scene. We talked about that. Tom Hagen in the background of Michael's speech. So first of all, in Michael's speech where he says he's going to kill both Sollozzo and McCluskey, and he's giving everybody laughs at him. We kind of talked about that a little bit. The initial shot starts with Robert Duvall standing up, and then he sits down, and the camera follows him. Oop! I just hit my microphone.
I did too at the exact same time. That's crazy.
And the camera follows him as he's sitting down. And then as Michael's giving his speech, it's zooming in, and you can see Tom Hagen in the background. And then, like we mentioned, he doesn't laugh when the others laugh. So I just really like that little detail because Tom is he's part of the family, but he's outside the family. Mm-hmm. And he's not a wartime consigliere. And he doesn't, all this, he's out, all this stuff we talked about. So I always like to use him as sort of the avatar through which to view the family.
Yeah, for sure. And also just his acting is so subtle the whole time that as far as the top 10 details, it could just be like, Tom Hagen would be one of them, or like the little things he does, like his squints of his eyes are so good. And
it's great.
Yeah.
And my number one detail that I like is that in the cannoli scene, you can see the top of the Empire State Building in the background, which I always kind of viewed as they're doing this in America, but they're operating like just outside of the American, viewpoint or rules or whatever it is that you want to call it, just outside of the typical American life. Even though this film is about America and I believe in America and all that stuff. But
right. Or it could say that,
I don't know if I'm even reading that correctly. It's just a nice little detail that the
could
top
be
of
like that, even though they, are feeling like that they are hiding from, this American way, it's always still lurking.
Yeah, something. I'm not sure how I interpret it, but I really like that as a detail.
That's why it's good. The lighting in the movie studio in the conversation between Robert Duvall and Jack Waltz is just like, you can hardly see either one of their faces.
Gordon Willis, man, in his bag.
So good. I love in the interaction between, I love after Sonny gets killed and Vito comes downstairs and Tom Hagen is sitting there in his chair. Maybe not.
Maybe.
He might be in his chair, or he's like near his chair.
No, I think Tom Hagen has a desk off to the side.
Yeah, the way they frame it, it's kind of a door shop frame. He really looks like the Don.
Yeah.
When he comes in, and I love the way they do that, and I love that scene.
Now you've had your drink.
Yep.
Oh man, that's a good one.
I love obviously the fact that they set up the Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
And the way when he comes down into the thing finally,
the elevator
in the elevator, and he's standing right there. Here, do I have more? Give me 1 second.
Well, you know what I also like too, and I'm just throwing this in there, the voiceover when they start you in one scene, but the voiceover continues and they take you to another scene. So they do that in that scene. This is
Tom Hagen.
Tom Hagen calls him.
Yeah.
He be there to greet him. He's going to be here at your parlor in an hour. Be there. They also do that really well in the Sollozzo scene when Sollozzo goes to meet the family at the Janko Olive Oil Company, and they're talking about Sollozzo, and he's like, "Tell me about him." And he's like, "Well, he's really good with a knife. His business starts narcotics and everything." They started it in that scene, and then they jump as they're telling you that to Sollozzo entering
through the
It's really, really good. I mean, that's a kind of a classic move, but it's really good.
Right. But yeah, you kind of covered all the other stuff. I have other little details, but I think it comes. Are we going to do the food?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I got that next. Let's just jump right into it.
Yeah.
So top 5 or however many you want to do, favorite food or drink moments, uses, however you want to take it.
Cool. Number 5, I've got 2 gabagool, capitol, and prosciutto. And he throws them the sandwiches that are all wrapped up. Sign me up for that sandwich. And it's just like, that's a little detail that's just like, oh, I'm hungry now. I mean, they're at a whole party of fucking food everywhere, and they're still getting sandwiches to go.
Right.
It's great. Number 4, I got the Chinese takeout right before they go.
I had that.
To kill
That's a great
Sollozzo.
scene.
Really, really good scene. Number 3, I've got Scotch pre-war.
Oh, nice.
I love that line.
Nice.
Number 2, I put Michael.
That's when they kill Luca Brasi, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, I got Michael and Vito drinking wine, and it just like
nice
looks like good wine. And then number 1, of course, I've got Clemente teaching Michael how to cook.
That was my number 2.
Yeah.
So I had the Chinese food scene.
Uh-huh.
I have everybody drinking grappa, which is like an Italian liqueur.
Yeah.
And
just the fact that everybody's drinking throughout this whole movie.
Yeah. And they're constantly, a lot of grappa. The orange that.
Oh, nice.
What's his face? Vito cuts up and puts in his mouth to make himself scary, and actually scares that kid apparently.
Right.
Clemenza
scares
cooking.
me.
And then, how's the veal in this restaurant? The best in the city. Shut the fuck up, dude.
What do you fucking know about veal? Best veal in the city.
Best veal in the city. Whatever.
Yeah, and he's going right into it, man. Yeah. He's already putting his
napkins
thing up
on the neck.
I was gonna put that one.
Bullets through his throat. Yeah.
So good. And the way that they fall into the table and the white tablecloth goes up is just so like.
Another detail too is like, I mean, I've never been in this situation, but most of the people acting in there are acting, I think, how you would act, in that everyone is just like standing there stunned, like almost shocked that they saw what they just saw.
Yeah.
And a couple of people scurry to the back of the door.
But they kind of just get up and walk out. They don't like run. They're like, oh, it's time to leave.
Right. And I feel like in real life, you wouldn't like run away screaming in a mad whatever,
Well, I kind of got it more like this thing happens in New York. Like this isn't the first.
Not their first rodeo. Yeah, it could be that. Okay. So here I have 3 more lists that we can run through quickly, and we can do any amount of these 3. I think we have to do favorite movie lines. I feel like we'll finish with that. Movies about fathers and sons, or fathers and brothers, or brothers and brothers. And things we would change. Do you have any thoughts on the list that we should do? All right. Well, things I would change. This was your idea, and I was like, this is going to be hard.
I know. I can't remember what I was thinking at the time, and I never wrote it down. So let's see if you get them.
Okay, I'm just going to isolate. Number 1, I would probably change nothing. Right. Let's just be honest. I would have a touch more Fredo if I could, especially knowing where part 2 goes. Just a little bit more Fredo. All right, you disagree.
Enough going on. You can save Fredo for 2.
To be clear, my number 1 was nothing.
Right.
I would give Diane Keaton a bit more to do.
Yeah, or I would flesh out why she goes back to, like, why she loves him.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. But I think we're on the same page.
Right.
Yeah. We're missing like 3 Diane Keaton scenes, even though it's a long movie. And the other one I had was,
also like you hear the Luca Brasi story in the first scene. I'm out. I'm like,
yeah, right.
I'm like, oh,
why? Oh, okay. Wait. So your family kills people,
a band leader?
Including that guy who's 9 feet away from
right.
me. That's it. You know what? I would accept. I'm not feeling well.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna. They have medicine back in home in New Hampshire that I'm gonna. And then the other one that I thought of. This kind of relates to me not being totally. I'm not out on Italy.
Jeez.
It's just not my favorite part of the movie. The Apollonia storyline. I could deal without it. I'm just saying. I don't know. You asked me to do a ranking of things I would change.
It was
I didn't. It was tough.
Yeah.
Apollonia is probably the thing I would cut out most if I had to cut something out. But then we don't get Apollonia car bomb. So
right.
Did you do favorite movies about fathers and sons and brothers and fathers and brothers and brothers?
No. What do you got?
Okay, I have Darjeeling Limited.
Okay.
Just brothers. Pretty funny. Low grade. Wes Anderson, but still Wes Anderson. I got Interstellar, I guess.
Okay.
It's a good movie, but I also don't want to signal the Interstellar internet lords that take over film discussion, saying that it's the best movie ever. I got On the Waterfront. That's brothers.
That's apropos.
Yeah, and right, and it has Brando. I got Legends of the Fall.
Ooh, that's the best one.
Well,
or the best example.
Yeah, it might be the best example, but I think so far it's my least favorite movie of the 4. That movie is always like,
I kind of like Legends of the Fall.
I don't dislike it.
pretty rough watch, though.
It's a pretty tough watch.
Yeah.
It's always one where I would catch like 45 minutes on TV and be like, okay, I got it. I don't want to watch all these people die or whatever.
Literally all of them except one.
Yeah.
But who actually does die in the last scene, I guess. I don't know.
Right. It was a good death. But like the score is great. Legends of the Fall. I just always wish it was better. I got Field of Dreams.
I thought of that one, yeah.
And I got Big Fish.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
You gotta have fucking Royal Tenenbaums.
No, I don't actually have to do that.
But that's like an actual father-son movie.
I don't remember it. I've seen it twice.
Jeez.
It's we discussed this in the last episode. I'll watch it again. Just hasn't hit for me yet. All right, lines.
Coco. Doesn't work.
Well, it's not really a father and son story.
All right, moving on.
Favorite lines, Jack. Let's finish it off strong. So I guess we should get the big ones out of the way, I think.
Yeah, I didn't write down any of the big ones.
All right, a couple of the big ones. Make him an offer you can't refuse.
Mm.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Mm.
It's nothing personal, Sonny, strictly business. There's a lot of really big ones. What are your favorite lines that don't qualify as the big ones?
All right, here's my 5. I left it noisy to scare any pain in the ass bystanders away.
That's a good one.
I got son of a bitch. Son of a bitch! I couldn't tell whether to do that in details or this one, but I just love that line reading, and it's just like every time it's coming, I'm like ready for it, and it's always satisfying. I got, and bada bing, you blow his brains out over his nice Ivy League suit. Over your nice Ivy League suit. Sorry. I got a man who doesn't spend time with his family is not a real man. And I've got, we're not murderer, despite what the Undertaker says. Yeah. I think that might be my favorite line in the movie.
That's a really good one, too. And then that's immediately right where they switch to that goes outside. Okay, I don't remember how many I have because I just I included the ones that are like the big ones. So I'll just go through them. We touched on this one. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday.
Just honking the horn.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Jeez, wait, you just became rich. Relax. Yeah. Look how they massacred my boy.
I know. So good.
Mikey, why don't you tell that girl you love her? Oh, I love you with all of my heart. If I don't see you again, I'm gonna die.
That's another good one of people just kind of like dogging each other.
Yeah,
and it's
true.
so good that it happens right after.
Right after.
I mean, he doesn't really know that that's happening.
I think he knows.
Okay, all right.
I had bada bing, and then I'm gonna read it now. I didn't read it earlier, but I'm a superstitious man. If some unlucky accident should befall him, if he's shot in the head by a police officer, or if he hangs himself in his jail cell, or if he's struck by a bolt of lightning, then I'm going to blame some of the people in this room, and that I do not forgive.
Yeah, that's the best line of the movie, for sure.
Oh, my God. My guy, Vito. The Godfather, Jack.
Yeah.
An all-timer.
Yeah, and like, we were a little limited, I think, in really just, like, talking about the whole scope of it, because we're obviously doing part 2 in our next episode.
We can open up the discussion a little bit more.
Yeah, I think the discussion probably can get opened up a little bit more, but yeah, I love it. It's just so
amazing feat of cinema.
Yeah. And at this point for me, it's just extremely nostalgic and it's so rewatchable.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Oh, I had a fun little thing. We don't necessarily have to do this, but in the spirit of watching it on cable growing up and like after we had already seen it and like you get little clips of it here, you get little clips of it there. What's the ideal Pulp Fiction viewing of this if you had to scramble it up?
You mean
telling the story non-linearly?
Oh. Well, see, I think the wedding scene has to be first. I just love how it starts. I don't know how I would do it.
I don't know.
I mean,
maybe open up with scene where he is guarding the dad, just like suspense.
Oh, maybe.
Don't know how we got there.
Yeah, or else you could also like, I mean, if we're bringing in part 2, you could somehow like bring in something of this is where Michael's going, you know,
Right.
and it's going to lead up to that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen the version?
Start in Italy?
What? Maybe. Have you ever seen the version where they do it chronologically?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's an interesting watch after knowing, after having seen it a billion times.
Yeah, and I think they add a few more scenes in there too.
Oh, like deleted scenes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, the first one, I just love starting with the wedding.
Yeah.
And I Believe in America speech. It's just like, it just sucks me right in. I want to, like, it's hard for me to watch that and then, like, change the channel.
Yeah.
Or, like, go to bed.
It's like, I'll just watch the wedding scene and it's like 30 minutes later and you're like,
no way, man. But then I'm in LA.
Yeah, right.
I got to watch Jack Waltz. And then I know Sollozzo killings coming out. When I did the research for this episode, first of all, I didn't really have to research because I've seen it 10,000 times. But I threw it on late after I got home from work. And I was just like, I'll just watch a little bit, work on the document. And then I just kept going and going and going. And I was like, once Michael killed Sollozzo and McCluskey, I was like, I got to turn it off now.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting.
It's a nice halfway point.
I was surprised when I was like watching. I'm like, it's getting late. It was like late when I was watching it, and then it kind of just kept on happening. And then I remember pausing it not too long after, feeling like after he gets back from Italy, and I'm like, I only got like 45 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, they wrap it
sneaks up on you.
Yeah,
because the first part is just so long and drawn out, and then you kind of get like a bunch kind of fast.
Yeah, cool. I mean, all the Sollozzo stuff, that's like maybe more than half the movie.
Right.
And then you kind of just, I don't want to say just wrapping it up because a lot of stuff happens after that too. But yeah, you're right. I felt the same way. Great movie.
Yep.
Do you want to disclose if or where it ranks in your top however many movies, or do you want to keep that in the close to the vest still?
I'll keep it close to the vest.
Okay.
Why do you?
I don't know. I'm just asking a question.
I'm also not 100% positive. I think I have a number.
Oh, I got a number.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll do it another time. Part 2, we're going to be recording right after this. I don't know if we're going to release it necessarily. We probably will, but I don't know if we're going to release it right after part 1. So stay tuned for part 2, the Godfather Part 2 podcast. And we had a lot of fun. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you, Joshua.
All right. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for listening. Tell us what you think of The Godfather. Tell us what you think of the list. What other lists you might want to see if we do another movie. Have a good one.